it is used basically to like filter, map. These are intermediate methods, and terminate methods is it generate output on a stream. Like we have collect, then we have get.
Okay. And what is atomicity?
Sorry.
Atomicity.
Atomicity. Is it related to that database? Atomic.
Yeah. Do you know what is ACID properties?
Yeah. Right. So atomicity is like if there is any transaction going on, it should be either completed as a whole. All statements should complete in a, or it should be rolled back, or I mean nothing should be completed.
Okay. Fine. And what is serialization?
Serialization in Java thing, it is like when we serialize any object, we actually write it down somewhere. We save its state somewhere.
Okay. Why do we need to serialize?
Like when we are working in multi-threaded environment, many times we need that a particular object should not be altered by all the threads. Like when we are suppose we are having logger. In fact, in logger case also we serialize, because if there are multiple threads accessing same the area, then the log should be generated in the same file. I mean at the same place. So we use serialization.
What is synchronization?
Synchronization, it is used for a critical area of the program. Like in multi-threaded environment, if we are having some area which should not be altered by two thread at same time, because it may generate some wrong data. So that area we synchronize, so that at a time only one thread or one process should access that.
Okay. Are you able to see the chat window?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So suppose if I create an array list like one moment. Difference between these two.
Here actually in both cases we are generating the array list only, but in the first case, like we have used list as a referencing object. So here we can later on, if we need to change it, like it supports runtime, it supports polymorphism for if like in later case. Sorry.
Okay, suppose this hypothetically speaking. Okay, suppose list has 5 methods. Okay.
Okay.
And array list will implement these 5 methods. Okay.
Okay.
These 5 methods. Okay. Suppose array list has two more concrete methods. Okay. And how many objects will you be able to access in case of object 1? List object 1 is equal to new array list. How many methods will you be able to access? Is it 5? Is it 2? 7?
In OBJ1 we will able to access just a minute 7, and in both cases we will be able to access 7 objects.
Unfortunately, no. In the first case, you will be able to access only 5. Okay. So, but still, we are going for the first option, right? Usually.
Okay. Yeah.
Whenever we create an object, we usually go for the first option. And in the first option, we are not in a position to access all the methods, but still we go for that one.
Yes.
So there is, I mean, is it a better approach then?
No, this is good practice. In fact, it comes under good practice, but I never thought in this sense.
So you can refer it later, maybe
Yeah,
after
yeah,
this.
sure, I will. It is very interesting thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, what I would like to know is, like, see, you were telling about serialization and all. See, suppose, what is the purpose of serialization? Could you please repeat?
For saving the state of any object.
State of the object where?
Like in logger case, we save in file.
Okay, let it be on the database.
Or in
okay.
DB also, yeah, right.
Okay. Where are we saving the state? Are we saving the state into the database?
Yes, we can save it in database, memory, as well as in file.
So without serialization, we cannot save into the database. That's what you mean?
No, we can save it, but serialization is basically it is used while in a multi-threading environment. So there.
Multi-threading. Are you sure?
Serialization, yes.
But there is the reason why I immediately asked you regarding synchronization. Okay. Are you confusing serialization with the synchronization?
Okay. Like serialization concept we use in while when we develop any Spring Boot application, there also we serialize and deserialize.
Oh, okay. So I will ask you another question. See, how many classes will you see? Suppose you have one employee table.
Yes.
Okay. You are asked to save some employee data into the database. Okay. So in Spring Boot, which are the classes that which you are going to create? Only you need to mention only the class names. No more explanation is required. Just tell me the class names.
We need to save the data in DB, right? So for that,
into employee table.
Yeah. Okay. So for that, first of all, we'll create one model class, which will have entity.
Okay. Let it be. See, you are supposed to create. You are supposed to save the data using REST API in Spring Boot, and also you need to use Hibernate or even JPA. Also, you can use JPA. Have you used?
Yes.
Okay, so use JPA. Okay, so these are the three concepts. Okay. So which are the class names or even interface names?
First will be the entity model class, which will be entity class.
What is the name? What is the name of the entity?
We create and we just annotate it with entity.
No. Just tell me the name of the entity class.
Okay. Employee class. Employee.java. Employee.java. Okay, and then we will have that employee repository class where we will extend a JPA repository. And then we will have employee services class.
So employee repository is a class or interface?
It's an interface, which will implement JPA interface. Then we will have a services class, employee service, and we will have employee controller class. Okay.
So out of these classes and interfaces, which one will you serialize?
Okay. We will serialize employee.java class.
Why only employee.java class?
Because here we need to save the data in DB now from using this class. That's why.
So without serialization, you mean to say that we cannot save the data to DB?
No, here we are saving all the data in the model class, and that is used as a bean. So that bean is first it will get deserialized and then it will get saved to that, because here we are using.
Yeah, my question is, without serialization, will you be able to save into database or not?
Yes, we can.
Just what? Yes, we can. But still, we are going for serialization.
Yes.
Why? Why do we need to serialize? Why do we need to deserialize? It's a waste of time, right?
So that it could be easily we are using here. I'm guessing again. We are using
STT. I will tell you.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
See, basically data. Suppose you have one machine wherein you have your application server.
Yes.
Okay, and your Java will be deployed in the application server. Say, for example, it is Apache Tomcat. Okay, and you do have another machine wherein you have the database server.
Yes,
okay,
right.
which contains only the SQL server or even the Oracle. Okay.
Yeah.
And you are going to pass your data via network. Okay, one network cable is connected. Okay, and you are going to pass this object. Yes. Class object via network. Okay.
I was just about to say HTTP. This thing only I was about to reach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you will be passing it via network. So right. Whenever passing via network, you have to serialize it just because there is high chance that someone can alter your data. Okay. Say for example, if you are transferring some amount from your banking application to another banking application. Okay. If someone is able to alter your data, so that data will be different. The amount deposited could be different. Yes, okay. Right. So that is how it is. And apart from that, there is another possibility. I mean, another reason for this one. See, whenever calling Restful API, it is not mandatory that you have the REST API, which is going to call your services from a Java application itself. It could be .NET application, any other platform. So platform independency should be there, right? Yes.
So we can format in different format data. We can transfer in different format like JSON and XML. For that, we need, I guess, serializing and deserializing thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you need to refer a lot more on this area. Okay, yes, then only you will be able to learn it. Okay. Sure. And do you know what is big O notation?
Which?
Big O notation.
Big O. A big O notation. Yeah. Okay. Big O notation. It is used to find the. This is used to find the efficiency of any program. Like it is complexity of any program.
Okay. Do you know what are the details inside the big O notations?
Like
there are several things that which we have in this area.
I'm just aware. I'm just able to recall that if there is like whenever we say big O of 1, then it should be the value. We should get the value in just one hit or one. There should not be any loop. I mean, and if there is any loop, then if that loop runs for n times, then the big O is big O of n, and then we are having if multiple loop of n, then it is.
Okay. Any idea about linear search? This logarithmic, exponential, etc. Quadratic.
I have not.
Just asking. Okay, it's not mandatory.
Yeah, okay. I know. So these things we studied in college. After that, I have not brushed it. So little bit whatever I am able to recall, I'm just putting that only. So
okay, not an issue. Okay, recollecting is with time consuming. Yeah, right. So let's proceed further.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is the difference between entry set and key set?
Entry set and key set. Yeah. Entry set is when we are having a hash map, then each key and value pair is called entry set, and the key set. Sorry, I'm not able to recall about key set.
Okay. So, which are all the collections that which you know?
Sorry.
Which are all the collections that which you have used?
List, array list, then hash map, and yeah, I'm able to recall this much right now.
See, whenever you have some, you have to use based on the problem, right? You have to use the collections based on problem.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. So you should know all the collections, right?
Yeah. Knowing, I know all the collection, hash set, hash map, and a hash table. Then we have array list.
Okay. Then I will ask you only one question regarding one collection. Okay. Yeah. What is the purpose of linked hash set?
Linked hash set purpose.
Okay, leave it. Okay. Do you know anything about tree set?
Yes.
What is that?
Tree set, it is actually data is linked in the form of child node and parent node and child format. Each set is values linked in the form of like if we are having any
Just
node.
because a tree is there, you are guessing. Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct.
It's not like that, okay? So you need to learn a lot on this collection framework. So go through some search for collections. You need to learn each and every branches under collections. Okay, list. I mean, the basic set is like list is there. I mean, you don't even go to understand. What you can do is like try to create a collection, one class which implements collections. Okay. Then from that you can navigate to all the implementing collection framework. I mean, you see, you have the source code, right?
Yes,
Java source code.
Yeah.
If you control click on the classes of interfaces, you can see which are the classes implemented for each and every interfaces.
Correct.
Okay, like that you need to learn. That is the way that which you have to learn. Otherwise, it's like based on a problem. We are actually engineers, right? We are solving the problems. So in order to solve a particular problem, if you are using array list instead of linked list, then that particular collection is going to cost your particular application more.
Yes.
The performance will be hit. Yeah, there comes the big O annotation issues. Yeah. Okay. How will you configure your database in Spring Boot application?
Database, we defined its properties in properties file, application.properties file, and then we'll then we will put a dependency in
context. Priya, yeah. It seems that you are like tensed. Okay, you can switch off the camera and take a long breath and come back.
No, I am okay.
Okay, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. See, this is common, not an issue. I have been taking a lot of interviews on a daily basis. It has been quite long since I have been, for more than 10 years, I have been taking interviews. Okay. So it's not a problem. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And so now the next question is, how to configure database in Spring Boot?
We put a dependency in pom.xml, and then we provide the username password in properties file, and after that we use it that JP.
Okay, that's fine. How will you configure more than one database?
Yes. For that also we do the same step, and after that when we yes, I mean till configuring that putting the properties in property file, and then putting the dependency. After that we we create one class so that yes.
Have you done it before?
No, I have not done it. I have went
so
to
you
some
have to
place.
You can try it later. Okay. And see, which is your default application server in Spring Boot application?
Default server?
Yeah, default application server.
8071 for you, Rekha. It is 90.
No. Application server I am asking. I am not asking the port.
Okay. Oh, application server is Tomcat.
Okay. Okay, fine. Now, I need to change the application server from Tomcat to another one. Let it be JBoss.
Yeah.
How will you configure it?
For that also we provide the dependency, and then in property file also we will mention.
Property file, what you will mention?
For the server, I think.
Now you see, you configured JBoss in the form.xml. Now you have JBoss as well as Tomcat.
We will remove Tomcat first. For that, we will remove that dependency from the pom.xml.
How?
And then
how will you remove?
From web starter pack.
Tomcat is a default application server. You don't have any dependency written inside the pom.xml for Tomcat.
Yes.
How are you going to remove?
Like for this again, I have not done, so I have seen that in web
you have
starter
to
package.
Use an exclude command, exclude tag you have to use, then only you can remove it. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Why are we using ORMs?
ORMs is object relational mapping. Like we are having in Java, we save the it is in the form of objects, the data, and for that in DB it is in the form of relational. We are using a relational database, which is MySQL and Oracle. So for mapping those, that we need object relational mapping, and for that we have frameworks like Hibernate.
What is the advantage?
Advantage is if we, like earlier when we were using that when we were using that JDBC and all those things, there we had to do everything manually, like we have to map it by ourselves, so there could be the chance of
here also mapping is there, right? You have to map your Java object class
manually. There we used to do it manually.
Here also we are writing the code, right?
But here Hibernate, like we provide the Pojo class or entity class. Hibernate does it for.
Okay. Any other advantage?
Then we are having, like, if we want to, in any application we want to save data in DB, then that end user who is unknown of how to use DB, they can use the UI part and they can save it using this. For this also we need the.
What is UI part?
UI, I mean the end user, the things which they use.
And there is always doesn't know how to code, right?
Yes, well, it's I'm talking in the common sense, like one who is using the application in the form of that UI, user interactive, that is user interactive interface. So they can understand the things in easy English.
For a user, he doesn't want to know the what is at the backend side or what is at the Java side. Okay. So, the basic thing is, like, see, whenever we are using ORMs, at first it is what you said. Okay, we are getting all the tables in the form of objects. Okay, so we are able to access each and every column in the form of object relational mappings. Okay, I mean, classes are available.
Yes.
And apart from that, we do have several functionalities when it comes to ORMs, like a Hibernate. We do have save methods, update methods are there. We don't need to write any code.
Yes.
Coding is quite easy. I mean, you do not need to know even the database, how the,
in JPA,
it does it. You do not need to know. You can learn Hibernate or you can learn JPA.
Yes.
What is the difference between JPA repository and CRUD repository?
CRUD and JPA. JPA, when we are we have to use paging and sorting. It includes paging and sorting feature as well. But in CRUD, we have only the basic CRUD operations.
What is the purpose of patch mapping?
Patch mapping, when we want to update any and we don't want to update all the attribute of.
Fine. And then see which are all the annotations that which we can use. We use exclusively in microservices. I don't want to hear any of the annotations in REST API or even Spring Boot. I want to know only the annotation that which you have used in microservices.
Microservices enable Eureka server.
Okay, then.
And then we have circuit breaker. Then we have
okay. How many microservices were there in your application?
5 microservices. Actually, my application is in migration phase, so it is currently coexisting page. It is using strangler pattern to migrate, so it is coexisting. So we have 5 currently.
Okay, fine. one more last question. Okay. See, I have a class, this entity called employee, which has around 50 variables. Okay. And if I create a constructor, it can contain 50 arguments. Okay. If I can also create 10 argument constructor, 20 arguments constructor, 30 arguments constructor, and single argument constructor, etc. Okay, so that there could be several constructors available inside the employee. Okay. So if I create the object of this class employee with some parameters, say for example 10 or 15 parameters, I should be cautious about the position of the parameters which are being passed, and I should be conscious about the type of the parameters